Hello everyone, I'm back again for another Minecraft video, and so far I have, guess what, 11 subscribers. It's not much compared to like the 5k, 5 million, but it's still a lot to me and I'm really happy. And you know what? I have a little surprise for you guys. It's actually not that much, but still it's a surprise. It's a surprise. And me, Wolviekage, am back with 11 little tips and tricks you can have in medieval, rustic, or fantasy houses, or any interiors that you want. Basically, I just shoved them, nearly all of them, into this little tiny house, but you can put them into like mansions, castles, or anything. They basically fit in most situations. So just in case my pea-brain memory forgets, I've written them in a book. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? This is just a little peasant house. And I just kind of cut this out so we can see what's inside and not be squished. Okay, first up is the farm. Having a little farm like this, also make sure not to make them exactly square. Make them a bit, randomized. Don't make all the crops fully grown, just have a few that's like this. It makes it look a bit better. And the next one is the path. The pathway, this is one of my all-time favorite pathway palettes. It's coarse dirt, gravel, and the trodden down grass. Sometimes I like to add some buttons as stones on the side of the road, or even stone pressure plates just to make a bit more dynamic. But today it's just this. This fits well with a small area, but if it's a bigger area, try to use some more things, even staircases and slabs, to make it a bit more interesting. And little garden, which is this. Sometimes it works really well. I'm actually going to show you guys more clearly over here. So let's just say your house wall is over here and you have a window here, and it's a bit bland, so you can even do a little 1-block one. It's a little tiny one, but it works like this. And just add a flower. Add a flower here. Yay, you have a tiny one, and it honestly works pretty well at decorating the outside of the house. And time set day. I'm not making a night, and I'm not bothered to do commanding and other commanding stuff. Okay, and what's after that? The window. Yes, this is a method I like to use for windows. I'll show you on this side, like this. It doesn't really close, but you can close it like this if you want. And yeah, it works really well. But if you want a more closable window, you can just use a gate. It works really well. This just makes it seem more, my vocabulary is not great, so I'm sorry, there's no description. And now inside floor, I need to remember more. Okay, let's just go inside, and you can see this floor is a mess, and that was what I was aiming for. Most medieval homes, especially peasant or serf homes, are like this: messy, dirty. They don't have a proper floor. And not this. One of the best ways, and this is my favorite palette for the inside of a messy room, would be carpets for built up dirt, coarse dirt, some cobblestone for the fire area, and some buttons here and there to make it more messy. Even some flower pots here, just to be like pots and plants. Now, the torch. This can be used in nearly everywhere. Okay, that sounded quite exact. Bleh, my speaking. Okay, so basically item frame, torch, and anvil. The order you should go in: you place the torch down first, then the item frame on the side. Make sure to do it on the side of the block, and make sure to put the anvil in last, also on the side of the block, so it doesn't start falling everywhere. Okay, and Next, next is the shelf. Over here I have a tiny little shelf. One sec. Yes, shelf. 2 shelves. These are on the wall shelves. It's similar to the window. Actually, it's the exact same, but it's acting as shelves. You can't put stuff on it. It's just for the aesthetics. But this is also for the aesthetics, honestly. Item frame plus little handles. You can put slabs or anything inside it as long as it's somewhat flat, and then just turn it vertical like this, and it works well. And you can put carpets, stones next to the item frame, which is really handy. And you can make bigger ones for bigger houses. And let's see what's next. And my spelling is, as you can see, my spelling is quite horrendous. Okay, hanging things. So in medieval times, people liked hanging things on the ceiling beams to dry off. This is especially common in the poorer homes, especially farming homes or villager homes. And I just put some banners, some vines even. Just make sure to trim them a bit occasionally. And even this piece of meat. Sometimes that happens in homes, in medieval homes. But you can leave that out if you want, because it looks quite unappealing sometimes. I'm sorry. And let us go cauldron, the cooking area. Usually medieval rustic homes, they have a cooking area. They use pots and make pottage, which is just basically anything they throw into a pot and boil it, and they call it pottage. History. And we don't really, you can put a pot on something, but I decided to put a cauldron, and I put some water in, and you can see armor stands. I'm just going to break myself down here, and you can see a redstone over here. You can see the armor stands. Yes. And I just dropped the armor stands into this hole on top of this enchanting table. It acts as a good height for the armor stands. So they are just viewable. And as you can see, and they're not completely under the ground. And I just used pistons to push the coal block down, as well as this cauldron, and then filled it with water. And let me just fill this in. I'm just gonna fill it in with dirt, and it's something that really makes a house look okay. And you can just not have a cauldron there and just have a little armor stand fire pit. It works really well, because in medieval rustic homes they have that usually, and you can use it for campsites or just even castle kitchens. And next up is the bed, which is outside of this. Actually, one second. So I just used a brown bed for this. You can put carpets on the floor and a white carpet as a pillow to tell people about a poor person's bed or something. And here is actually a rich person's bed. I tried to make it look like a royal's bed, because at some point in time in history, purple was exclusive for royalty because of how hard the pigment was to make. So here I just used this, you guys can see, and I actually use gates over here to connect these parts, which actually helps to put 2 layers of banners just to make it seem longer. Otherwise otherwise it just doesn't seem high enough. I mean low enough. Yay. And also just keep the gates open if you don't want to keep opening the gates, because you can't actually walk through them. So just keep them open. It works well. This little pattern, it works. And yes, that's the bed. And last but not least, the wardrobe. I just made a larger wardrobe, and I actually, as you can see, have armor stands inside them Honestly, do not do that. It was such a pain. I just had to mess around with redstone. I'm not a redstone genius like Mumbo Jumbo or anything. Yeah. And you can just use this design. As you can see, 3 sets of stairs. 3 sets of stairs here. Stair, upside down stair, stair, item frame. Of course, these doors and trapdoors, and I didn't know what to put here, so I just decided to put a head that I had. This one. And that is it for this video. 11 little tips and tricks for your medieval, fantasy or rustic home for survival, creative, or anything you're building in Minecraft, in celebration for 11 subscribers. Actually, it was planned for 10, but I was a bit slow and life got in the way, basically. Yeah, busy life. And so I got 11 subs when I was making this. And of course, I'm very happy. Yay! And so 11 tips and tricks, not 10, 11. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe the video if it helped you or interested you. Oh, my speaking skills. And thank you all for watching once again, and I will see you all next time. Da, 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 da.